any of you are talking about.
Bro, read the news. Your book.
I don't have time to read the news, Mike. I read the news. I don't care about some of the stuff that we're talking about before this. Anyways, I started using my VR headset a little bit more again, and I'm feeling it. Todd, what is? You said there was a game that we needed to play. Was this a game we don't have right now?
Yeah, which one was that? Which one
I
was I
don't know. You
talking
said a
about?
game one on one with guns. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, it's the one me and you played where like you're on
Oh,
a pencil.
Blastion.
Blasting, yeah, dude. I remember we had a blast playing that, and I was like, fucking. It was like, just kind of chaos. I haven't checked it in so long though. I'm sure it's like updated.
Yeah, no, I
A
wanna,
little 2v2 action.
I wanna, I wanna. Wait, it has 2v2 now.
I don't know. I'm like saying
Oh,
like who knows what they added to that game.
no, I don't know if they've added that, but I did update. I mean, obviously updated Beat Saber because that's what I've been playing. But I updated Population One and I updated Forever
Echo VR?
Forever. I don't know how for VR Bowling Forever Bowling because that game was fucking fantastic, and I'm sure they've
Yo,
added
they
like
have
new shit to that, and that game was great. So
they have like so many fucking games from those people who made that now too. There's like Forever Darts. There's Forever
yeah.
Pool. There's like
Mm-hmm.
a shit ton of.
But I started briefly combing through the store because I've been kind of removed from VR for a bit. But I'm sure there are some other good games on there that we should be checking out. I mean, I know you always talk about Boneworks. I don't really have an interest in that, but that is on Oculus or Meta or whatever the fuck you want to call the Quest.
Yeah, I bought it. I haven't played it much, so I haven't fucking used my Quest in forever.
I got my headset
I
charging right
did
now because I killed it today playing Beat Saber.
I'm
I did
telling you, the
boot it up
best.
recently to at least so I just want to see what Half-Life Alex actually looked like. So I booted it up and like I did not really play Half-Life Alex. I just kind of went through like the first, I don't know, 5 minutes of the game. I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty cool. I should play this game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned off my headset and then did my other things.
Yeah, I got to go through and see what new stuff is on there worth playing. A sequel to Moss is on there, and I never finished Moss, but I enjoyed what I played of that, so I would probably pick up the sequel. Maybe just buy it again on Quest and play the first game there too, because I probably won't be plugging in my old PSVR headset anytime soon or ever again. So there's that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna force myself to play Beat Saber more frequently again just to get some cardio in, especially now that it's fucking cold as fuck out again. Um, but I wanna dabble in some stuff that we've probably overlooked since we've all kind of taken a little break from VR. I think there's probably some things worth checking out in there. But
I'm telling you, you got to play fucking Resident Evil on that. It's not scary.
dude,
It's fucking one of the
yeah, no, I'm
coolest.
sure
It's
it's
one of the fucking.
fine.
It's really cool. It's like really well made. It's kind of like a new experience
Yeah,
for like one of my all-time favorite games. So it's cool.
yeah. I mean, you've talked highly about it. I've read other people saying good things about it. I don't buy into the Resident Evil 4 hype like everyone else. Like it's a good game, but I don't know if I need to experience that in VR. To be honest.
Plus, you're getting the fucking remake anyways in a couple months.
Yeah, I'd rather force myself to play that than play Resident Evil in VR. But anyways, welcome everyone to the Pass Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about VR too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely, don't know what day, Saturday evening, is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Dizier. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Also joining us tonight, of course, is the Fortnite father, the Callisto Proto Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
Good. Fucking. I wanna bitch about the Game Awards. I'm sure that's where we're going eventually.
Perfect. We can talk about the Game Awards.
Actually, it's more about Xbox and the Game Awards.
Whoa, Todd's a fucking Xbot. Anyways, rounding us out tonight is, of course, the Disney daddy, Mr. Dominic 40 Dom. How are you doing tonight?
Here.
Okay. He's here.
Look about that chicken guy hat. Look at my man representing the
right.
boy.
And he's got a Ahsoka fucking hoodie on too. He's out here. Star Wars savant. Anyways, before we get into it, a couple of housekeeping things. This episode, of course, sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty from the Salem, Massachusetts area of the North Shore, Massachusetts, on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening. You want yourself something hot, something sweet, something tasty, something fresh out of the oven. you can head on down to 1 Washington Square and get yourself a delicious fatty. But if you're like me and you still don't like to leave the fucking house, you can hit them up on social media at Goodnight Fatty and at Good Morning Chubby, and you can order a nice drop delivered right to your door, to leave right on your porch, top of your car, in your driveway, wherever you need it to be. They'll put it there for you as long as you're in their delivery range. And if you're in the know on social media, you might have seen that last week they launched Goodnight Chubbies, which I believe are Sunday nights only. So you can check that out and educate yourself on these tasty treats. Mike, you got yourself some Goodnight Chubbies last week. How were they?
They were pretty good.
Okay.
Mac and cheese one was pretty good.
All right. Mike's a big mac and cheese chubby guy. All right. Good to know. I don't know if they're going to rotate those flavors every week, but
I don't know. I feel like if it's going to be like the
like regular chubbies, the morning chubbies.
The morning chubbies, it's going to be like a,
same flavors,
consistent thing. But
we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow.
Who knows?
Also, to continue the housekeeping train, there is a documentary on the making of Mina the Hollower that is up over on the Game Informer YouTube channel. I had a very, very, very small role in helping that come together, but friend of the show, Alex Van Aken, very talented individual, created this amazing documentary. It's like 37 minutes long, something like that, a little over half an hour, kind of detailing how Mina the Hollower, which is the Shovel Knight developers Yacht Club Games' next game that is not Shovel Knight, their first game that is not Shovel Knight since Shovel Knight. So it should be interesting to see that game come to fruition, I believe, next year. But you can check out this documentary, get yourself a little bit more into the background to where Mina came from, how that development is going, and what's going on now over at Yacht Club. Very interesting, very tastefully done. I hope Alex gets to do more of these things because they're pretty dope. It's pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. The final bit of housekeeping news is the PTC Movie Club for December is Mike's pick, and it is, of course, a movie I forget. Mike, what was the pick for December?
I think we're doing all of the Fast and Furious movies, right?
Yeah, all 17 Fast and the Furious movies.
No, it was a double feature. It was Bullet Train, and what was the other one?
Bullet Train and
Mission Impossible.
Snowpiercer.
Oh, Snowpiercer. There you go.
I'm doing a whole train thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing a whole train thing. It's gonna be Bullet Train, Snowpiercer,
Murder on the Orient Express.
Murder on the Orient, right? Murder on the Orient.
310 to Yuma.
310 to Yuma.
Listen, you had it's holidays, Mike. You could have just said Polar Express.
Oh yeah, true. Nah, that
movie's garbage. Though.
That movie is fucking garbage.
People like that movie, right?
Jen loves that movie. That movie's fucking terrible.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. But yes, it is not a double feature or a triple feature or a fucking septuple feature. It is just Bullet Train, which I believe is on Netflix.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, so you can watch Bullet Train. We'll chat about that at the end of the year. So be on the lookout for that, and make sure to watch the movie if you want to hear us chat about it. I think that about does it for housekeeping. So we'll kind of roll into tonight's episode, which before we can get into the Game Awards, which I figured we would probably chat about in some capacity, I wanted to start things off with what I sort of wanted to talk about the weeks before the movie fucking episodes happened. But Dom wasn't here, and then we started talking about fucking Quentin Tarantino again, which we're not going to talk about.
Speaking of
what did you guys talk about with Quentin Tarantino?
Nope. We did 3 episodes in a row. We did 3 episodes in a row.
We were just talking about how he was right.
Nope. We did 3 episodes in a row. So if you want to hear really just 3 throwaway fucking episodes, you can listen to like episode 343 to 345. They're pretty much the same episode 3 times in a row. So enjoy.
I mean, he was right because they came out. And
nope, we're not doing it. Nope, we're not. Nope, we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep this to a tight hour, and we're not wasting any more breath on that. But what I did want to talk about, but then Dom ended up not being able to be on the show that specific episode, is it was before the Fortnite season ended and switched over, but now we're into the season, so we can kind of just talk about the season itself. So we're 2 weeks or so into Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 1, which I want to get everyone's temperature check on where the season's at for them so far, but I'm going to just kind of go ahead and say it. I think this is the best iteration of Fortnite to date. I think this is the most fun I've had with the game so far. I think the Battle Pass, I personally enjoy it. I can see why some people might be hit or miss on it. But I think just the game mechanics going on, the island change, the weapons that are there, the perk system, the motorcycles, like I think this game is just, for me personally, in its best current iteration. It's so fucking good. I don't know what all of you are feeling about Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 1 so far.
Yeah, well, the perks are interesting, and graphically it looks really good if you're playing on the right hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, been pretty good.
Good.
I hate the Battle Pass. I don't like the updated Battle Pass, how they did it. And I think the Battle Pass is pretty weak. But I think that's the only bad part about this season. Everything else is great.
So I want to point out why you hate the Battle Pass just the way it looks.
Yeah, because it's like every other fucking. I like just being able to scroll down. Everything's on one page, and you're not like fucking going page.
It's
page,
literally
page.
the same thing. It's just wait, what? You had to scroll down pages on the old Battle Pass. You still have to scroll.
So the one thing that I don't like about the one thing I don't like about the current Battle Pass is that it always starts on page 1.
Oh, it doesn't bump you.
Dumb.
Yeah,
it doesn't jump to as far as you are. It always starts you on page 1.
So I think I know why it does that.
That's the one thing I don't like.
I think I know why it does that. And this is something that I never really noticed before, but Jesse, friend of the show, Jesse Vitelli, pointed out, is one of his gripes with previous Battle Passes is that I never really looked in to see if this is actually how Epic promoted the Battle Pass, but they promoted the Battle Pass in a way of like, oh, you can unlock the things you want as you progress. And that's not really super true in previous Battle Passes. But with this Battle Pass, aside from certain pages having a skin that you have to complete that whole specific page to get, you can just straight up skip ahead. Like, it's a little level gated, but it's not like
this is the same as it was.
No, previous Battle Passes were gated by unlocking things, not by level. Now it's gated by, like, you can't just skip to the last page and start unlocking stuff.
I guess you're right.
So, like, you can choose to hold on to your stars and just get to level 26 and then unlock everything for Doomslayer instead of having to unlock everything previously.
That's interesting.
So you can hold your stars and unlock the things you want as you go, which I think is interesting. I think that's smart because that, again, like someone like Todd, who's not really feeling the Battle Pass, he can just unlock the things he wants to unlock as he plays the game, and he doesn't have to unlock everything to progress to the end of the Battle Pass. I didn't look at the final page. I don't know if the final page of the Battle Pass functions that way, but I skimmed through and realized, oh, it's just level gated. So like to get to the Doomslayer portion of the Battle Pass, you have to be level 26, I believe. So as long as you hit level 26 and you have battle stars, you can just buy everything on that page.
No, 26 is just the first half of that page, I believe.
Okay.
The pages are split into 2.
Yeah, so I think he specifically, or Doomslayer specifically, is 26. So it must be like 24, 26, or 23, 26. Because I unlocked him at 26. And then...
Is this the first Battle Pass that doesn't have... Is this the first Battle Pass that, like, the last unlock
No.
It's not? So that it used to be, like, just, like, random skins from the, like, that they made on their own?
So...
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a long string, probably since you have been playing Fortnite, Todd. It's been a long string of like collab skins being that, but it's, from what I understand, like there is a big portion of the Fortnite community that doesn't like the Battle Passes having the main skins being collaborations. They actually prefer like Fortnite original skins. So I think that's kind of what this is.
I think the last one was the Battle Pass with Lara Croft and Raven in it. I think
they were
100. I think the level 100 was the like Temple Guardian or whatever they called them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was probably the last one that wasn't, and then there was a string of like pretty much all Marvel skins, I think.
I feel like
Or no, there was a Mando, right? Was the Hunter season Mandalorian?
Yeah, we did this. We did this recently.
Was like the first skin you got, but you could upgrade him throughout the thing, right? That's how it worked.
I don't remember. I think there were just separate missions that you had to complete in order to get all of his armor.
Okay, but I have him. I don't think I finished that battle pass.
So maybe he wasn't level 100.
I think Grogu was level 100.
Oh yes, that is correct. Which is funny to me that a back bling was the fucking level 100.
We all know what you're watching Mandalorian for. It's not Pedro Pascal. It's for Grogu.
But yeah,
I watch it for Bill Burr.
I think
yeah, true.
There is, I don't know if it's the majority of the Fortnite community, but there is a large portion of the community that prefers when the battle passes aren't like heavily collab. They want unique skins.
Fuck those people.
I don't know. I like a lot of the unique skins in here, and
I don't think they make a lot of good unique skins. I feel like they're few and far between.
Says the guy that's bought like 17 Peely skins.
I've only bought like one. I bought
Potassius Peels.
That's like the only one I bought.
I don't know. I think that they have been. I mean, they definitely have a lot of skins I don't care about, but they definitely have been like, putting out some ones I care about.
I think the best skins they make for like original skins are the ones that are in the shop usually. I don't think I've ever seen like any good, like some of these ones in the battle pass, like whatever, like the bear from last season.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
No one's like whatever. Yeah, like shit like that. I'm just.
But I think that's where some of these people are like, they want the good Fortnite skins in the shop, or in the battle pass. Apologize, instead of like, whatever it may be, Darth Vader, whoever. I mean, I'm kind of back and forth. I like that there are collab skins in there. I don't care if it's the level 100 or not, because more often than not, I feel like there are skins that you unlock in the battle pass that I would have spent money on that. I'm glad I don't have to spend like additional money on this that I'm already spending on the game. I like
the Spire Guardian was the last one,
and that was the lower. That was the hunting season or whatever.
Yeah, I believe so.
Or the primal season.
Primal.
Yeah. I like some of the skins last season that were Fortnite. Like I liked Meow Skulls was fucking fantastic. I hate that skin. It's because you hate cats. Bro, can you pick a spot? I have to fix your camera like 7 times. Can you like pick where you're gonna sit?
I'm literally in the same.
No, you keep going back and forth. You'll be half your head while you're talking.
My ass has been in the same spot. I'm on the corner of where I sit. I haven't moved. If I'm like this, but for the most part, or if I can't lean forward.
No, you can lean forward and back, but you keep going like this and talking. I'm like, what is he doing? I have to keep moving his camera.
I am not moving. I don't know what you're saying.
That is actually true. There's no level 100 skin in this. It's actually an emote.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay.
The emote puts armor onto the Ageless.
Okay. The fucking the Ageless or the isn't it like the Oath bound or something?
Oathbound, I think, is the group. The Ageless is the
skin. The Ageless' fucking glider might be arguably the best glider in the game. I thought it was a fucking emote or something. It's a glider. It's like him walking downstairs. So that like walking downstairs thing is a fucking glider.
Oh, it's great.
Or
I didn't even see it yet.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's a glider.
I do kind of like that. I like that glider. That was the only reason why I wanted to like do things for. Who was the?
Wait, the Ageless is the guy from this season.
Yes.
Oh, because we've already gotten a walking downstairs glider.
Yeah, but it's only on her skin. I can't remember what the character's name is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is in the battle pass.
This one's for everybody, I think.
Yeah, it is so.
It's for everybody.
Yes, okay. It's so fucking cool. Like I need to unlock that.
They're doing that because, like, I was talking to you about this last week, Mike. One of the things for one of the rewards for the comics was the Wolverine emote, but it just allowed you to use it for anybody.
Yeah.
It's like all these things that were locked. Yeah, all these things that were locked to characters, they're just doing as another reward for everybody.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with because again, a lot of these things I do like, but they were locked to a character, and it was just unfortunate because I wanted to Sometimes I just want to run around as Naruto, but also do some other weird shit that's locked to another character.
I don't like that I'm actually doing the missions now because I fucking have no missions to do, and I'm used to just jumping in and being like, "Fuck, what do I got to do?" And like
Well,
now that I'm actually playing the missions, I'm
no,
like,
you should play the missions. 'Cause that's another change with this season is that like if you don't play for a little while, like the weekly missions, they don't stay. So like if you don't complete them during that week, they go away. So like you can't just hop in the season at the end of the season and be like, I'm gonna do fucking 10 weeks worth of missions because they won't be there. So I think that's a negative change. I think that's I don't want to say predatory. I just think that they have made a few tweaks this season that are specifically meant to make you play the game more often, which I get it. They want to like keep the play because I'm sure there are probably like a portion of the player base that maybe don't play the beginning of the season and they just play later in the season to like rack all these things up at once or vice versa or whatever it may be. Like there's usually a point in the middle of the season where I'm like, all right, cool. I can play like last few weeks and be good. But now you're kind of motivated to not do that.
Can I bring up another motivation?
Mm-hmm. Get in there.
Dollars. There's no reason to have Fortnite crew and have it keep renewing to give you the battle pass if you're just going to play the last week and unlock everything. So now they have these people that need the battle pass at the beginning. They can't just jump in at the last week to unlock everything.
Well, but if you just get Fortnite crew for 1 month, you get the battle pass. You can then cancel it. They don't revoke the battle pass.
Yeah, I suppose. But there's no reason to pay for crew if you're just playing the last week.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But
there's more incentive to pay for crew if you're playing over a period of time versus playing just the last week of a season.
I bought crew for that Loki skin, and they haven't had a collab skin since that Loki skin. I was like, oh
no, they had Green Arrow after.
Yeah, the Green Arrow. Yeah.
I don't think I ever got Green Arrow. Was he before Loki? He might have been before Loki.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I like some of the Fortnite crew skins though. Like there's that one Galaxy skin that's really good. I like that one a lot. I think it's similar to the skin that like you got if you had a Samsung phone at one point. Yeah, there was something else that they changed this season in regards to something that's supposed to like, I guess, thing that's still being sort of like debated. They've been adding very old cosmetics and taking them out of the store very quickly. That's like another kind of nudge of like, hey, play this game every fucking day because here's your chance to get this old ass fucking emote. Oh, you waited more than a couple hours? You can't get it. So that's kind of a weird one. I don't know how much that's going to stick around during the season. But till the
they
game,
didn't do it tonight or yesterday.
Yeah, I have been checking every day. So,
Oh, did you see Terminator's back?
Oh, is it in there now?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh, fuck. I don't even want the Sarah Connor. I just want the fucking T1000.
You can just buy the T1000. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So aside from Battle Pass stuff, what other thoughts on the current season?
Map's really like good.
Map's great.
I've seen people be like, I like the old style, but like I think the map's I like the colors and I like how like more vibrant it looks and it just me and Brenden talked about this, how the map just seems smaller and less like negative space and there's more like it seems like everywhere you drop there's like something happening and it's not just like you can land in the fucking middle of nowhere and not see anyone and
it feels like almost every part of the map is intentional. Like it feels like there's a purpose to every point in the map and it's not just like, all right, here's a snow area to go fight, here's a forest area to go fight. Like it feels like there's a little bit more kind of baked into each part of the map. And honestly, like I feel like I am finding, there are benefits to landing at non-named locations because there's like, a couple of dirt bikes here. There's some good chests. Like there's just like a lot of variety in landing outside of named locations, and I feel like the map being what feels like a little bit smaller, which I think it is smaller, it just makes it kind of feel a little bit more intentionally designed. And I feel like I'm also running into people more often and not having big gaps of like no combat or no interaction of some way.
I feel like there's like multiple tilted tower style areas too, which I like.
Yeah.
Like, like there's a bunch of like heavy volumed house areas like all over the map where
Mhm.
that's usually where I usually like if I'm not doing missions, I just want to drop in like the thick of things. And now I
Mhm.
feel like I can do that in multiple parts of the map.
I do wonder if the size of the map will change as the season goes. It does seem like there's like still
They're gonna
like
add because like they'll
the
overwater
arms
and
like
everything.
the arms reaching for more pieces of the island.
So I,
So I
I
do wonder if it's gonna keep pulling pieces
yeah,
in.
I think that's possible that either the map gets bigger or they just swap things out. It'd be interesting if they just add portions to the map and it gets a little bit bigger, even though I don't think it needs to be bigger. And I'm really happy with like the weapon rotation right now. I think the weapons that are in there currently are all fucking great. The hammer is by far the best part of the season for me. I fucking love that thing. It makes traversing the map incredibly fun, and you can use that as just a traversal mechanic, or you can get really creative and get yourself in and out of situations. Like you can have a hammer, get yourself up and like do an aggressive push, and if it goes fucking sideways, switch to your hammer and try to bounce out of there. Like it opens up a lot more gameplay opportunities and like a lot more opportunities for like being a little bit aggressive and also
Oh,
getting
dude, that's my hammer.
Well, that's all I think about every fucking time I
Yeah.
get it.
So like I'm like very happy with the way this season is right now. Like this could potentially be like my favorite season of Fortnite as far as like the gameplay and stuff in the game is concerned. Like there have been other seasons I've really enjoyed and like other things where it's like, oh, I missed when there was fucking golf carts and fucking Mike loves the fucking shopping cart, like shit like that. Like I do miss at points, but I feel like this right now just feels like the funnest Fortnite has ever been for me, and I'm really happy. Like I've been logging in. I know it's the new season, so we'll see how long it lasts. But I've been logging in almost every day to like do my dailies and like fucking just fuck around. So I'm very very happy with this season so far.
I still think Marvel
I
is my
also like-
favorite season.
Which one? The Marvel season?
Yeah.
I mean that was a really good season too. I like the seasons where lightsabers come in because I think it's just fun to play with those. But I think this is like might be the best the map's ever been for me personally. I did like some of the locations when Marvel was there. Oh, capturing points. That's another.
the
Yeah,
flag. Yeah.
that's a.
Oh, I love capture. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
I kind of hope that they add more like objective style things to the map, either throughout the course of the season or just in the future. Because I think it adds like another little risk reward type thing to playing the game. It's like you don't have to ever capture a point, but if you do, you get to know where all the chests are, if there are enemies there. Like there's just like little things like that. I feel like they could maybe continue to expand upon that idea and just add like little flavors to the gameplay. Like I don't think perks will stay around forever, but I'm enjoying them now. I think they add a nice little kind of extra variety to the normal gameplay, which doesn't feel like out of place. Like the perks kind of just feel like items you would normally find in a chest. So instead of like finding these items in a chest, it's like, no, I got this. My balloons will grow back every fucking 20 seconds. Or my favorite perks right now are the balloons, which are party time. Bloodhound, which is if you use like a sniper or a bow and hit an enemy, it marks them. Like there's just little things like that I think just make it really fucking fun right now. Like it gives you a little variety. It's almost like a MOBA element where everyone is unlocking these perks as the match goes on. So like I don't think it's based on getting more kills or getting more damage done. I think it's just a timer.
I think it's just staying alive. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone's getting these unlocks and they're random rolls. So some people are going to get some things and people are going to get other, but you can also re-roll, which you can kind of pull for certain perks and stuff and like kind of build your character the way you want. It's just a really interesting element to the game. I'm really fucking enjoying it. It's so good. Fortnite's so good right now. Any other thoughts on Fortnite before we move on?
Game sucks.
I didn't care for the end of the last season, the final.
Yeah,
that was the worst thing. That was the dumbest fucking thing.
yeah.
I've
I
ever
didn't
done.
get to
Like,
play it, unfortunately, but the three of you got to play it together. I mean, I feel like a lot of people had the similar feeling the three of you had.
just a waste of time. Like I always wanted to like be a part of those, and I think I've only done like one other one. And then I finally am there for one, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I'm doing
Collecting
Fetch
orbs.
Quest right now. Yeah, I'm like literally just doing Fetch Quest for like 15 to 20 minutes. I was like, and
Yeah.
then nothing happens afterwards. You're like, okay.
It's the
Right.
power of Fortnite. They fucking made you
Yeah.
do that, and you fucking willingly did it. You didn't have to do any of that shit.
Fucking running around, flying with chickens and shit, and fucking
Yeah.
beach balls.
I'm not. If it was a cooler event, I would have been a lot more aggravated that I didn't get to participate. But based on what the three of your reactions was, I'm not super bummed I couldn't be there for it.
I loved it. I thought it was prime Fortnite.
You know,
There you go.
there are people that liked it. The internet was split. There were people that loved it. They loved the
What is
flashbacks and stuff. So
liking it.
Huh?
I mean, the flashbacks was cool, but like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was
I
like
don't know.
2-second flashbacks, but
I didn't get to play it, so I can only experience it through the three of your lenses, and it was negative. So that's
like
my
I could have
take
just
on it.
I could have just done a dance emote the whole time and not done anything, and it wouldn't have changed anything. I could have just fucking danced for 20 minutes. I don't think I even had to do anything.
I have no idea. I don't know what. I mean, I don't know if that's actually true because I would flip through other people's streams, and there were people that were definitely much further ahead of you, and you guys started the event at the beginning of the event. So it was probably a way to get through quicker, or maybe trigger more flashbacks or do other things. But I don't know. It did not seem
Imagine
like
if
fun.
you failed the event, so you just couldn't play the next season. It's like no,
Right.
you
You get-
lost.
you get
That's
stuck on
the
the
end of
old
the story.
I'd
for you.
appreciate
You're done.
You get stuck on the old season. But yeah, I'm really happy with this season. I'm looking forward to seeing how it kind of develops, and we got some rumored collabs coming and stuff like that, and then we get some sort of confirmed collabs like My Hero and stuff like that. So
Mr. Beast,
yeah, Mr. Beast and some basketball player Giannis.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I mean, I don't know who the fuck that is.
He's one of the biggest basketball players in the world.
I mean, I believe it, but I don't really I don't follow the NBA. Who's he play for?
He plays for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Are the Bucks a good team in like current NBA? I'm legitimately asking. I don't know.
You obviously do not watch the NBA.
Yeah, I have no idea. Are the Bucks a good team right now?
They won the championship 2 years ago.
Oh, there you go. I don't know. Mike, your camera cut out.
No.
Mike's over here
my
struggling. This
flowers.
is a few weeks in a row. Mike's just having a fucking rough time.
Yeah, what are those flowers though? What is that? Do we know what that
I don't
is?
know. I think I took pictures. I was trying to use my camera as like an actual camera, and I didn't get very far. I think I got outside my house and then I turned around.
Oh, so it is your house.
It is my house.
Damn, Mike
Oh,
just
okay.
fucking
I just didn't know
doxed
if-
himself on the stream.
I didn't know if it was like a
Yeah,
stock
good luck.
photo
I
or
don't think those
something.
flowers are alive anymore.
Before we get into the Game Awards and head towards the second half end of the show,
I cannot wait to talk about the Game Awards. I have something in particular I want to bring up.
oh boy,
Boy.
you know what? Yeah, we'll move on because I don't want to. We're gonna keep this tight. So let's just get into the Game Awards. We'll talk about stuff we've been playing next week. Because Dom and I will have made more progress in Ragnarok, and I think when Dom and I finish Ragnarok, we'll probably throw together maybe a 2018/Ragnarok like little episode. We'll get some God of War sickos on with us, and we'll chat
Mike, you
about
gonna join?
we'll chat about God of War.
No.
I mean, if Mike doesn't care about spoilers, Mike's happy. Like if Mike wants to hang out on the
Yeah, I can show up, but I will just sit there quietly and
That's
not
fine.
contribute to anything.
A couple of Mai Tais, couple of Mai Tai Mikes.
What do you know about Norse mythology?
I know that Loki fucked his horse.
All right, Mike, you do a deep dive on Norse mythology, and that's what you bring to the table that episode.
Right.
Perfect.
I love it.
I know you guys have gotten this far because it's like right at the very beginning. But when you were like, Mike, you're gonna do it too. I just pictured Kratos go, no, like that scene at the beginning with it's like the best delivery. It's just like a one. It's like no, it's the greatest.
So the Game Awards, I mean, we don't have to like cover every little thing about the show. I mean, we can kind of hit some of the highlights and some of the low points and talk about, unfortunately, a show that is called the Game Awards, which has almost no focus on the actual awards. We will also probably not spend a lot of time talking about the awards because what is the point?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, what's the point of talking about other people's awards when it's like at the end of this year, we will also talk about the things that we cared about. I think we can kind of hit some of the bigger categories. So like game of the year. Go ahead.
First up, I want to do performance of the year.
Oh, baby.
Which was won by Christopher Judge, and the award was handed out by
Al Pacino.
Oh, that was great.
You know what movie I thought Al Pacino did was awesome in? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Jack and Jill. Oh.
Wait, is Al Pacino in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Speaking of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, how about Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah. No,
oh God damn it! No.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, who is he in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I don't remember now.
He's like the Italian.
He's the one who gets him to do the
manager.
Oh, that's just like at a small part of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, is that the guy that like sends him on a plane to Italy?
Yeah. I just needed a link to get back to Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. No, we're good on Quentin. You won't see Quentin showing up at the fucking Game Awards.
Although it was strange that Al Pacino handed out an award.
I think he knew it was
very odd.
It was. So I think. It seems like Jeff Keighley, who, if you're listening to the show and don't know what the Game Awards is or don't know who Jeff Keighley is, he's the creator and runs the Game Awards.
I thought you were saying if Jeff Keighley's listening to this right now.
I did too.
No.
I did too.
Hey, you never know.
Not.
He definitely wants to try to bring credibility or like star power to the show in any way possible. So like I feel like that's probably really the only reason why Al Pacino was there, because I don't think Al Pacino has any interest and or history in games. Like I can't think of a role he's been in.
No, I think it's just more of like
he seemed happy to be there.
Oh no, he did, yeah. I mean,
I think it's more
he was the first presenter of the night, well, the first award presenter of the night, and I was watching it downstairs. And Jen doesn't care about this stuff, but she was like half paying attention. And when he was like, Al Pacino comes out, Jen just looks at the TV and looks at me and she goes, "What the fuck is Al Pacino doing here?" I'm like, your guess is as good as mine. I don't fucking know.
Christopher Judge hasn't been in anything with him, right?
I don't think so.
Not that I know. But I think it was awesome that they did that because I think it's a way of bringing credibility to the voice actors. And
That's literally what I just said.
Oh, I saw, but like I just thought.
I mean, to be fair, Christopher Judge is like in stuff.
Yes,
like,
yeah, he's in Stargate and shit like that. I don't know if he was.
I mean, I don't.
He's
know.
in Battlestar, right? Not Stargate.
I think it's Stargate.
I thought he was in Battlestar for some reason.
Let me look at his IMDb and just see if maybe he is in something with Al Pacino, and that's maybe why they did that. But it's still that's not why they did it. They did it for the credibility piece. Like that's what they did it for.
It'd be weird if they got someone to present an award for like the winner that they had not announced yet.
Well, I mean, Jeff seemingly knows all the winners ahead of time. I would imagine
he knows all the winners ahead of time, but I feel like that'd be
he just runs them off he runs off like 5 at a time.
Yeah, because again, it's not about.
So, anyways, we just played an hour of trailers. So let me get through a couple of awards here.
Like, and it's I mean, I've heard this whole thing talked about. It gets talked about every year, and we probably talk about it every year in fucking every video game. Everything, podcast, website, whoever, everyone talks about the same thing. It's like, yes, this is a glorified advertising show where it's just about world premieres, and the awards definitely take a back seat. And it's unfortunate and it sucks, but it's also at the same time, it really is like the only, like, not the only. Let me take a step back. I forget what I was listening to, but another show I was listening to said like this is the closest thing to like a video game winning an Oscar. So like it's like the quote unquote like most prestigious like game award you can win. So like it has that going for it, but also it's really just about trailers and world premieres, unfortunately. But as a viewer, it's great because it's like, cool, we get to see all this new shit. And there were a lot of really good fucking world premieres this year. Like, I think it was a pretty stacked year as far as like, trailers and stuff. But in turn, it's like all of the other stuff takes a real big back seat. Like, there are barely developers actually receiving the awards, and like barely a lot of the people involved in the stuff are actually getting time on the stage to, whatever it may be.
It's the same way with the Oscars, though. Like, most of like the fucking people who do the most work don't even fucking get any fucking. They do those things on the off the show.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's the Dice Awards, which is like I don't know exactly how that runs. I believe it's like developers voting on other developers for like awards and stuff. So that's probably more similar to like the SAG Awards, but I also don't know how the SAG Awards function, so I'm not gonna like try to make these fucking connections. I mean, it's weird. It's a thing that unfortunately, like, it's cool that it exists, and it's nice to see it grow every year. I don't know if it ever, like, I see it going more the other direction than ever going into the direction of like, towards the developer or whatever it may be. I see it getting more towards the like, let's get celebrities here and let's show more big world announcements and stuff like that, which again is fine.
I guess
I don't know.
I would have less of a problem with like all the world premieres, and I guess they do some of it, but like if they had developers come out and be like, hey, this is what we've been working on, here's the trailer.
Yes.
And they do a little of that.
Yeah.
But
not really.
I don't know.
But even the ones that they did do that with, like,
even the ones that they did, it was like so weird. Like
exactly.
like Sky.
Yeah.
Like, Sky, we're gonna have a concert in an hour. Come join us in this concert.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it was like even when they revealed Death Stranding 2 and Kojima came out, it was like a very, it like kind of felt like a bizarre, like, we're not really going to talk about anything. We're just going to like talk, but not really talk about anything. I don't know. It just, it's the, I don't know. It's the fucking Game Awards. But,
the Game Award, maybe.
I will say, I meant to look through that, but whatever. So, like, we'll hit some of the big categories, and then we'll move into, like, the stuff that we cared about world premiere-wise, and then we'll just move on. But, like, the big categories, obviously, Game of the Year. I mean, God of War was fucking pulling a Red Dead Redemption from 2018. It was winning almost every award it was nominated for. So when it got to Game of the Year and Elden Ring won, I saw that, like, coming a mile away. It was like, this is just the reverse of the year that God of War was losing everything and Red Dead Redemption 2 was winning all the awards, and then Red Dead did not win Game of the Year and God of War did. So I was like expecting that to happen again with Elden Ring, because Elden Ring didn't really win a lot of stuff, but I would say that both of them were probably nominated the most in every category.
This is like one of those times too where like I'm completely happy with Elden Ring or God of War winning. I'm not mad either way, because
I think a lot of people were probably fine with Red Dead or God of War 2018 also winning. Back then I think people were probably really mad that Red Dead didn't.
I was a little pissed about Red Dead, even though I loved God of War, but like I was still cool because it was God of War and it was fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to see Elden Ring win. I mean, I'm still early in Ragnarok, but I really like Elden Ring, so I'm happy to see that win.
Elden Ring's at like 17.5 million sales. It got people who would never play those games to fucking play that game, and that speaks volumes in itself.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it's fucking crazy. And like everything that game did is just nuts.
I mean, FromSoft took home the, quote unquote biggest award of the night, as well as had the like biggest trailer of the night, which was the reveal of Armored Core 6. Or FromSoft. Did I say FromSoft or did I say Elden Ring? Regardless, that was one of the bigger. I think it was the final reveal, right? They didn't end on Final Fantasy trailer. They ended on Armored Core. I don't remember now. One of those two. They were both at the end of the show. Elden Ring also scooped up Best Game Direction, which it was up against God of War, Horizon, Immortality, and Stray. I will say I really liked Stray. Stray's a great game. It's one of my favorite games of the year. Stray was nominated for a lot of shit, and I feel it's a lot of things it got nominated for.
Dumb. Yeah, it's like, listen, like, and like, I don't think it's a bad game at all. I think it's a neat little fucking game. But at the same time, it just doesn't make sense to me. I felt like that was like when it came out, people like Game of the Year. Like people were like joking a lot when that game came out.
Yeah.
And I think they ran with that.
Well, no,
like,
I mean, so here's the thing, and here's part of the problem I think with the Game Awards is that like the Game Awards gets like the categories get like the nominees in each category get solidified by like a select. I don't know what the number is. I'm sure if you go to the Game Awards website, it tells you the number, but like the jury of people nominating these games are all people in the games industry, and it's like people that work at websites and stuff. And it's the same thing with just like, you know, X website's game of the year. It'll be the same thing when we talk about our favorite games of the year. The four of us can't play every game. We don't have every fucking game to play. Like we have limited amount of time to play games. So our personal games of the year and like past controllers games of the year are subjected to like the things that we played.
Whoa, speak for yourself. I feel like I've played everything this year.
Bro, you didn't even finish Elden Ring. Get the fuck out of here.
No, yeah,
no, and I try to touch a lot of stuff, and if like people I trust opinions are like, you should check this out, I try to like get into it at some point or at least try it out. But I think that's what like ends up becoming the thing, whereas like, you know, maybe a lot of people didn't play, you know, yeah, maybe a lot of people didn't play. I think it's Sifu. I think a lot of people didn't play Sifu, so like Sifu got nominated in Best Fighting Game, which also makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But like
but that's also so Sifu getting nominated in Best Fighting Game is probably just a glaring point of like a lot of the people making these votes for these websites and stuff probably aren't fucking playing a lot of fighting games. So like they don't
maybe not a lot of fighting games came out this year. I honestly don't know.
Have one less. Best game direction has 1, 2, 3, 5 nominees in it, and Game of the Year has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like you can have a different number. It could have been how many are in Best Fighting Game? Let me look. Best Fighting Game has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in it. So just cut one out. Make it 4. It doesn't need to be 5.
Did Stray won Indie Game of the Year, correct?
Best
it won something.
Game. It won a few things. Let me see. Stray won Best Debut Indie. It won Best Debut Indie and Best Indie. So Best Indie category was Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. And Best Debut.
Stray won that, right?
Yes.
Who won that one?
Stray won both indie categories.
That's wild to me because, like, I think Stray, like I said, I don't think it's a bad game, and I will keep on saying I don't think it's a bad game. But like, to me,
did you play Stray?
Yeah.
Oh, I
got the fucking stupid PS fucking thing for it, and I still haven't canceled it yet. But fucking Sifu, like, I say this all the time, like, I feel like that revolutionized brawlers,
okay.
And I don't think any game.
All
right. Dude, like that, the fighting mechanics in that game are like none other. Like, what's like the one fighting game people like? Arkham. Arkham's like a piece of shit compared to Sifu. It's like it's not even fucking close.
Clip that out, Todd. I want the whole internet to hear Todd say that Arkham's a piece of shit compared to Sifu.
The combat it's like very basic combat compared to Sifu. Like Sifu is like so detailed, so fucking crazy what you can do in that game. How like everything around you is like part of that game, and like the combat alone is so fucking in depth that like it's crazy. Like it's like nothing I've ever played before. And those are like my favorite types of games. And like I've said before, that is like the benchmark of what I feel like all fighting games should be from here on out. Because
it's not a fighting game.
Nothing is ever.
It's not a fighting game.
I mean, like brawler. Or whatever
yeah.
But like I don't mean like But like nothing will come close to that now. Like I'm gonna play another fucking like Arkham game, and I'm gonna be like, ugh, this is not.
What do you mean? You said you're enjoying Gotham Knights.
Yeah, but that's like different though. That's like fucking what's it called? Not the same kind. It's kind of like you're controlling it, but like you have like the special moves and everything, and you're not really like It's not like fluid combat. It's more like
I don't know.
Use my special move and then but like it's like I said, and it pisses me off that no one fucking played this game, and I don't know what the deal with that is. Was it just like poorly like advertised, or is it just too hard and people don't want to play a hard game? I just don't know what it is. If people play Elden Ring, people fucking jumped all over that.
I don't know. I mean, I have some opinions, but I don't want to move on from Sifu. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't personally agree with a lot of the nominees and or winners in these categories, but it's the Game Awards. I don't fucking care what they are nominating and winning. I'm happy to see some of these things get attention. Like You know, Vampire Survivors being on that list is great. That game is fantastic. I'm sad it didn't win. I kind of hoped it was going to win Best Debut Indie, but I mean, I'm happy that fucking Marvel Snap won Best Mobile Game, baby. Let's fucking go. I wish it got nominated in more areas, but you know, kind of is what it is. I think I'm trying to scroll through real quick if there were any other like glaring things from here. Best multiplayer game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised Splatoon 3 won. I'm happy it won. But I wasn't expecting that. Like, it was best multiplayer category was Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and Shredder's Revenge. Which Shredder's Revenge feels like a weird, like, yes, it's a multiplayer couch co-op game. It just feels weird to see like 4 online multiplayer games against a couch co-op game.
I think Splatoon 3 is the best out of those.
I mean, I would agree with that too. I'm happy to see, like, I'm shocked that the people who voted on this. Yeah. I mean, some of these other things we don't necessarily care about, like, you know, content creator of the year, best adaptation. I feel like there was a little investment here from the people on this podcast. Todd, are you so have you seen Uncharted movie, Todd?
No, I
have you seen Sonic 2?
Yes.
And you've watched. So Todd's watched 4 out of the 5 of these things.
Yeah.
So Todd's watched Arcane, Cyberpunk, Cuphead, and Sonic. Hasn't watched Uncharted. You feel like Arcane is the winner here?
Yeah, and I think they're all great. Cuphead's not necessarily for me, but like I've watched it with the kids, and they're already on like season 3. They just finished season. There's like 3 seasons already.
But are you happy that Arcane beat Cyberpunk?
Yes, because I love Cyberpunk, but Arcane's on like a whole, like just the art style, like the voice acting, like it's just on a whole fucking another level. Like, and I think Cyberpunk's amazing.
Have either of you other two watched Arcane and/or Cyberpunk, or no?
Nope. The only thing I've seen were the 2 movies. I watched a couple episodes of Cuphead, but I haven't watched any of the shows.
I think Dom would definitely like Arcane.
I think everyone would. Arcane's really good, and like when Todd kept fucking saying watch Arcane, I was like, I'm watching this shit, and then I watched it. I was like, oh, shit's pretty fucking good. The first episode is not that good. Like it's slow. It's slow. But
it's so funny though, because my story with Arcane is that like Liam wouldn't sleep one night, and it was like 12 o'clock, and I just 12 put on o'clock. Arcane. Yeah, I just put on Arcane because I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll put this on. I didn't know what it entailed. Mm-hmm. I fell asleep. Amanda got home at like 3 a.m. from work, and Liam had watched the entire show. Then I ended up watching it the next day, and I'm like, oh, he probably shouldn't have watched a lot of this. You know, like it's not bad, but like it's like, you know, not like something he should be watching. But I just thought it was so funny because he was like, Amanda's like, what is going on here? He binge watched the whole season in one fucking night.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like we've talked ad nauseum. I mean, what else is there to talk about when it comes to, like, the awards themselves? I mean, was there anything that anyone really felt like, aside from Todd and Sifu, like a big snub or a big upset or whatever?
I got a big thing to fucking complain about. And you're going to get mad at me, but, like, what is Xbox doing? Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Hold on, wait. Are we talking about awards still, or are you just talking about Xbox?
Award. No, I'm talking about awards. They had no fucking world premieres. They had nothing to fucking show.
That's not awards.
Oh, what is happening, Todd?
Oh, what do you mean? Like, that's like part of the awards show.
Who won community? No. Who won best community?
Best community? Final Fantasy.
I'm just confused. I don't see a lot of people playing Final Fantasy.
That game. Really? That game is like, I'm pretty sure it has. I think it is the top MMO. Like, I think it has surpassed for the last few years. It's surpassed World of Warcraft. Like,
really,
Final Fantasy is the real deal. Like Jesse, Eric, all them, they all play it, and they really want me to get into it. Like, people that have played that game and are into that game fucking love that game. And I actually played a little bit more of it. It's pretty fucking good. And that community seems to be like really invested in itself, and like, you know,
they are so into it.
Why was there a community you thought should have got it more than them? Or?
I just assumed that Fortnite would win it again.
Oh.
I mean, if Final Fantasy didn't win it, my runner-up, or who I thought was going to win it, was Destiny 2, because I feel like Bungie is really engaged with the community and takes a lot of feedback and changes things a lot. I think Apex's community is also similar. I think Respawn also sort of takes a lot of feedback from the community and implements it in a timely fashion. But I'm not really surprised. I feel like all of these games, aside from No Man's Sky, I don't really know why. I don't follow that game closely enough, I guess, to see why they're nominated there. But I feel
Dave
like
just turned that game around like so much.
Yeah.
I was looking at a video recently of that game, and I'm like, it was about like I was watching a video about a guy who made his base next to his girlfriend's base, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, you can do all this shit in this game. I'm like, this is what I wanted when I bought that game. You know, like I was like, what is this?
So, all right. So to get to what I was trying to transition to anyway, and then Todd was trying to say he was talking about awards, but was talking about that. So we are moving into reveals and stuff, like world premieres. So that's what you're trying to talk about, I'm assuming, with Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
I just don't understand, man. Like we went a whole console generation of the last Xbox and had nothing. And now the only games that are coming out next year that we know of are games that they picked up from acquiring other fucking gaming sites like fucking Redfall and what's the other big one? Starfield. Yeah. So like, I just don't understand what the fuck is going on. Like, where's the miscommunication? What are they doing?
I mean,
like, I just don't get it.
I think we know that both of those games are coming next year. So like,
yeah, but I'm saying, like,
why do you need to see a trailer at the Game Awards for them?
Oh, I'm not talking about those games. I'm talking about like, where are the other exclusive IPs that are coming out? Like.
I mean, you know that they're all in development.
Perfect Dark. Yeah, but they've been in fucking development hell, it seems like, at this point. Like, it doesn't seem like any of these games are like, we're not getting anything on these games. Like, nothing. Like, there's no info, there's no nothing on any of these games.
Okay,
and it's just weird to me because the only reason I say this is because last generation, we had no exclusives. Nothing. There was literally nothing the last generation.
I mean, there were exclusives.
Yeah, can you even think of any besides Sunset Overdrive?
Halo Master Chief Collection, Halo Guardians, every Forza game, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, Halo Wars 2, Sunset Overdrive, which you just said, Senua's Sacrifice.
What is Senua's Sacrifice?
Hellblade.
Oh, was that was an exclusive though? That was on everything when that came out.
I'm pretty sure that was an Xbox exclusive.
They
bought them after, but it still came out after. I think that was a exclusive to begin with. I don't know. Crackdown.
I just don't understand. Yeah, right. I just don't understand. Like, I don't get it. I feel like they should have some new IPs or something new, at least one.
Okay, I mean, I understand that, and this isn't in defense of that, but I also want to say, like, you're saying all of this stuff, but there was nothing besides Bayonetta Origins from Nintendo, and nothing besides Death Stranding 2 from Sony.
Yeah, but Sony's been pumping out like some bangers for the past.
What does Sony have coming out next year?
What do they have? Probably the fucking multiplayer version of fucking Last of Us.
What else?
I honestly don't know. There's probably stuff I just can't think of right now.
I don't think there is anything that people are aware of.
But even if they don't have anything coming out next year, they've had multiple games come out year over year that are just fucking great games. Whereas Xbox can't even fucking Halo.
I think the lead up to Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and Final Fantasy VII Remake, which all came out within like a 3-month span of each other, there were some dry years for them too. But I'm not here to like stoke a flame of console wars because that's fucking stupid. I agree with you that there was not really a lot of Xbox. There was no Xbox exclusive representation here, but I don't think that's
just weird because it's been so dry forever. It's like, when are we?
Spider-Man 2 comes out next year, right?
Spider-Man
hopefully
2? Like Miles? Is it a sequel to Miles?
Yeah, Miles. It's a sequel to both of them, basically.
That has a release date for next year?
I think it's
they
just
said
2023.
Interesting. Where was that at the Game Awards, Todd?
Oh, I don't care about that stuff, though. I want to see.
But you care about it from Xbox.
Yeah, because I've had plenty of games that I've bought. I bought PlayStation for exclusive, and I'm very happy with the exclusive I've got. All the exclusives I've got from PlayStation. But like Xbox, I buy to just fucking play my other games on and Game Pass. But like, it's just fucking strange to me. Like, they.
I apologize. Final Fantasy 16 is a console exclusive on PlayStation. So there you go. I forgot about that.
Yeah, whatever though. It's fucking. See, like, and that's a game I don't really care about. So it's like I'll probably play it, but it's just weird to me. Like they bought like all these developers, which I don't even care about the ones they acquired recently, but like all this other stuff, like the guys making Perfect Dark. Like, what is going on there? Like, it's been like 4+ years. We don't even fucking have any information on that game. Nothing. They are just radio silent.
I don't know if it's been 4+ years on Perfect Dark. The Perfect Dark, I believe, was revealed the same year that the Series X was revealed, so that would have been the year prior. I don't know what year. How long have these systems been out? I don't even know now. What year did they come out? 2020? It's been 2 years.
We're on like year. Yeah.
I don't know. So then they were 2019. I mean, again, listen.
What if they didn't acquire Bethesda? Like, what the fuck would they be doing right now? Like, I don't understand. Like what they'd be doing.
Game Awards
if
2020.
They didn't have
2020. Okay.
If they didn't have Bethesda, like what would Xbox even be doing? Like, what would they be running off of right now? Like, their big thing is that they have Starfield and they have Redfall.
Yeah, they have Starfield, which is like potentially going to be one of the biggest games of this generation.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they just acquired those fairly recently, not super recently, but like what would they have if they didn't have
I
that?
guess I'm confused with the angle of what you're trying to say is. Like what is the angle?
I just don't understand what they're doing, because we went all last generation. We went all last generation with pretty much duds for exclusives. There was very few things. Master Chief launched horribly. It took about 2 years for that game to even fucking come to a good spot. Most people don't like the Gears of War games. I enjoyed the second one. The first one was whatever. I just don't get what the fuck they're doing. They've had about like a good 8 years to figure their shit out, and I still feel like they haven't figured their shit out. And I don't get. It's very confusing to me. It's frustrating, and I don't need them to have exclusives because, like I said,
you clearly do, because that's what you've been talking about for the last 20 minutes.
No, I just want to see them be competitive, though, in some form.
I mean, I think they are. I think it's just not the way that you traditionally are expecting them to be. They have Game Pass. I mean, but that is what their model is. That's what their model is right now.
They don't even have like exclusive games to put on Game Pass. Like, that's my point. Like,
I mean, they do. You just. It's not new, so you don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like, but they haven't had like many new games exclusives.
Yeah, sure. They I mean, again, another game that came out this year that isn't Xbox exclusive is Pentiment, and a lot of people are saying that's their personal game of the year, and you haven't played it. And it's not a game for everybody, but like it. I mean, they are putting some stuff out.
My time with it, but it's like a fucking playing a book. It's like reading a book. It's not like fucking like it's fine. It's great. It's entertaining, but it's like.
It's not God of War, but it still can be a good game in its own right for what it is. It doesn't need to be God of War. I don't know. I guess I'm just confused as to what exactly the point of your argument here. I know what you're saying. I just don't know what your point is in regards to the game.
I'm just from someone who's a mostly Xbox player, and I'm just watching like E3 every year and Game Awards every year, and I'm like, still nothing. Got nothing going on. Nothing. It's just weird to me. It's weird that all these other, even like Nintendo, like, like all these other guys have this stuff, and Xbox is still just we got Game Pass.
Even Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo has fucking storied IPs for decades. Like, I'm not, like, I expect Nintendo to have anywhere between like 5 and 8 exclusive games with their personal IPs every year, whether they're like main games or spinoffs. I
expect that from Xbox too, though, because Xbox.
Sony doesn't give that to you.
What?
5 to 8 exclusive IP Sony games?
I don't even need 5 to 8. Give me 2 fucking decent.
That's what you literally just said.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that would be even better. But give me 2, like give me 2 games like a year that like are good, and not just like average. And I'll be like, fuck yeah, I'll be because I still play my Xbox way more than my PlayStation. But all the games I'm playing on are third-party games. I'm not playing like really exclusive games on my console that you buy.
I don't know. Sure. I don't know. I don't understand the point you're trying to make. So I don't know.
It's just saying that it's another disappointing year at the Game Awards, seeing nothing from Xbox. Nothing.
I mean, if that's the report card that matters to you, then yes, you are correct. They did not have a good showing at the Game Awards. So if that's like what is important to you, then I guess they had a really bad year. That's not how I measure it, but I mean that's fine.
I mean, they've had multiple really bad years. I think that's more of my thing. Like, it's just like and here we are, still going into our third year now of the Series X. It's like,
I mean,
okay.
so I just want to point out that like Todd's sitting, like you're sitting here saying these things, and I'm sure plenty of people share your opinion. But like, if the Game Awards for them was showing Hellblade 2 again, and showing Perfect Dark again, and showing Starfield again, and showing Redfall again, would you not then just be saying, we've already seen all this stuff, I'm not excited? Like, it would be the same fucking thing.
We haven't even seen gameplay from Perfect Dark.
Yeah, Perfect Dark seems to be having some trouble. They've had studio issues. Yeah. They've had people in leadership roles leave. Like, yeah, that game seems to be having some trouble. But if you saw more of Starfield when you saw Starfield earlier this year, would you then be more excited or less excited for Starfield? No, you'd probably be saying, well, we already saw Starfield. What's something new? Because your thing is you want something new. You want something new. Well, we know a lot of the things they have coming. Obviously, Forza games. There's probably a Gears 6 in the works. They just haven't shown it. Fable reboot. All the Bethesda stuff they got coming. So Elder Scrolls, which we'll probably never see for like 4 more years. Maybe not 4 more years. But Elder Scrolls, Starfield, Redfall. I feel like there's another Arcane game that I can't remember right now. Maybe not. I thought there was another Arcane game. But there are a lot of things in the oven. And yeah, it's frustrating to have like, cool, we bought all these studios, there's no games still for, 2 years. I get it. But like, I'm also on the side of things where but there's such a plethora of games. I have piles of games I haven't played yet still from this year, let alone previous years. And that's not an excuse for or against Xbox. Again, I will agree with you and say that, yeah, if you want to measure the 3 consoles up against each other for the last 2 years, like, Xbox has clearly had less exclusive things come out for them compared to the other 2. That's obvious. It's just obvious. I don't know. I don't know what you. Someone else weigh in. I guess I don't know what Todd's looking for.
I think it's very clear. I think you're defending something that's not really defendable at this point.
How am I? I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it.
Yeah, you kind of are.
What is there to defend? I'm not defending. I literally just said if your measurement for success is they're showing at the Game Awards, then yes, Todd, they didn't show anything at the Game Awards. Cool, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, everyone else is showing shit, and fucking you got Xbox, like, yeah, we got nothing.
But like, again, I will say I thought there were a lot of really great announcements at the Game Awards, as far as like game announcements and trailers and whatnot. But I mean, Nintendo again. I love Nintendo. They showed Bayonetta Origins. They showed one thing. They didn't have a big showing at the Game Awards. Yeah, Zelda's coming out in fucking 4 months. They didn't show Zelda.
Yeah, but they also release exclusives on a year-over-year basis.
I'm not saying that's not true either.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so, like,
but
I don't mind. Like,
but again, I think that
the limelight's been on Xbox for a long time, and they're still just fucking not doing anything. Like, they're just not. Like, it's been like, whoa, what's coming from it? What is Xbox gonna? What's the Xbox system seller? What is it?
Game Pass.
And this.
And if that's not the seller for you, that's fine. But that is what they're doing. It's Game Pass. It's Game Pass and xCloud. No, it's not sure. It's Game Pass and xCloud.
Part of the best thing about Game Pass is that you get to get their exclusives for free, yet they don't have exclusives for you to get.
But they do have exclusive. They're just not new to you, Todd. And they have plenty of other games that when they launch, come to Game Pass on day one. And that is a huge fucking value. And again,
Xbox doesn't have to win me over. They have to win other people over. They don't have to win me over. Like, they already got me. Like,
I think what for some reason you don't want to come to terms with is maybe you don't like Xbox anymore, and that's fine. Maybe you would rather play on PlayStation, and that's fine.
I wouldn't be playing on Xbox. I wouldn't buy all my third-party games on Xbox if I didn't like Xbox anymore. But that's my only way to find use for my Xbox is to buy my third-party games on Xbox.
Yeah, so maybe you're answering your own question, though. Maybe you don't need an Xbox anymore. Like, I'm trying to tell you that maybe you have outgrown Xbox because one of Xbox's angles, and it seems to be their core business model for the last, 6 years, is they are the value-driven platform because of Game Pass. They want you to come and subscribe to Game Pass. Will there be games at some point? Supposedly. Maybe. They're buying all these studios to fill Game Pass with games, but
their Game Pass subscription isn't where it should be either. So like it's clearly not working to what they want it to be. Like they don't have the numbers that they want for Game Pass. You know, like they don't. It's.
I haven't read reports on Game Pass subscription numbers to argue for or against that. So I'm not as invested in this. We were trying to talk about trailers that were premiered, and you wanted to go on like a 30-minute conversation about Xbox.
I just think it's fucking wild. To me, it's wild. It's like, this is like the Video Game Awards has become like an E3 type of thing.
Yeah,
in
for
some
sure.
regards. And like, it can't just fucking not show up.
I mean,
It's
again,
like,
I would argue that PlayStation and Nintendo also didn't show up, but Nintendo doesn't need the Game Awards because Nintendo Directs.
Yeah, people are gonna buy whatever.
No, Nintendo Directs carry the conversation. Xbox and PlayStation's State of Play don't necessarily have that same sort of cachet with viewership that Nintendo Directs do. They're getting better at them, but they don't have the same thing. And also, I do want to point out that, like, again, you talk about the Game Awards, you talk about this, you talk about that. There's also a benefit in not showing something at the Game Awards, because the Game Awards, I don't know, let's just say there were 20 world premieres, if not more or less. It's very easy to get lost in that mix. Hades 2, fucking huge announcement. People losing their mind over Hades 2. Armored Core 6, huge announcement. People losing their mind over that. Is seeing another clip of Starfield or Redfall worth it in that mix? It's going to just get overshadowed. It's a game we have seen multiple times. It's a game we know is coming out in 2023. So
I don't need that, but I keep on saying I don't need to see that stuff. I need to see.
But that's what they have coming, though. Like, that's what they have coming.
Yeah, and we've seen very little on Starfield and Redfall as well. We've seen very little on that.
And again, the point I'm trying to make is, does it not behoove Microsoft when they have both of those games coming out next year to save deeper looks at these games for their own conference, their own Nintendo Direct or whatever? They get to control the conversation. They're the only thing that day.
But most people watching those Xbox things that they're going to do are Xbox fans.
Sure.
Why not at the Game Awards?
Sure.
When you have all walks of life, all different consoles, get it in that.
Sure, but I also want to point out that, like, Starfield specifically transcends this Xbox conversation because it's the first new IP from the Bethesda team that isn't Fallout or Skyrim in a long time. That transcends that, and it's also, I don't know where it stands, but I'm sure it's going to be available on other platforms too. So that's going to be a bigger conversation than just Xbox. I don't know. I don't. So was there nothing at the Game Awards that excited you? Why are you talking about Xbox? Who cares about Xbox? Let's talk about the things that were actually shown.
Just Hades 2 is the only thing that, like, I really give a shit about.
So the only thing you gave a shit about was Hades 2, and your biggest problem is no Xbox there? So PlayStation and Nintendo didn't do anything for you either. Nintendo and PlayStation didn't do anything for you, Todd. They didn't do anything for you.
But do we not get games on a regular basis from both of those?
How many games that were Nintendo exclusives this year did you play and liked? Because you didn't like either Pokemon game.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon's Pokemon.
Okay,
I mean,
so continue. What Nintendo game is exclusive this year that you fucking can't even think of one?
Oh, it's Splatoon 3. I already asked Amanda to get me Sparks of Hope for Christmas because it's just fucking, I get too much time.
Okay. So their two biggest releases, Pokemon, no. Xenoblade 3, which was nominated for Game of the Year, that's a big no from you.
Yeah, but
Kirby,
that's not
Kirby in the
Kirby, which
Kirby.
Todd did
I
not
want
like.
Kirby.
Todd did not like
I wasn't a
Kirby.
big fan of it. Yeah, I wasn't.
Okay, so I don't like. Okay,
but they're putting stuff out there.
Sure, they do every year. It's fucking Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I want Xbox to be.
That's Todd's
I want
point.
No,
yeah,
and
He wants games that he cannot like.
I understand. Yeah, he wants games he cannot like. I understand that, but Todd's biggest problem with, again, a conversation that's supposed to be about the things shown at the Game Awards is Todd's big. There's no Xbox, but there really wasn't any Nintendo exclusive or PlayStation exclusive representation at all. So it's just a weird thing to pick a fight about. And aside from God of War Ragnarok, what other PlayStation game this year that was an exclusive fucking made you lose your mind?
Saifu, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Cool.
2. That's it. Just give me 2. Just give me fucking 2 games. Xbox can't give you 1.
Again, Pentiment.
I've been playing Pentiment and I'm enjoying it, but fucking it's.
He's been playing it and enjoying it, but it's not good enough.
I mean, listen, I like those types of games, but I'd rather play a game that I'm not walking around and just reading.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Todd. I apologize. Immortality is an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, yeah, but not good enough for
really?
Todd.
No
Not
way,
good enough for
really?
Todd. It's an Xbox exclusive on consoles. It's on PC and Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with Pentiment. Same thing with Vampire Survivors. Same thing with Somerville, but Todd doesn't like that game.
That game's rough. Yeah.
Grounded, which released fully this year, and As Dusk Falls.
Oh, that game was terrible. I played the whole thing too.
What?
As Dusk Falls.
It won a game award. It won Games for Impact. So I mean, there you go. There's 6 for you right there. And
It's just disappointing.
Immortality is one of your favorite games of the year. Am I wrong?
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
now it's
at the bottom
not.
of the list.
Now it's not.
No, it's at the bottom of the list. It was a super cool concept that was fun as hell. But it's not like I'm never gonna play it again.
I am going to. Doesn't mean it's not good if you're not gonna play it again. I'm never gonna play fucking Last of Us 2 again. I love that game. Never gonna play it again. I love Breath of the Wild. I'm probably never gonna play Breath of the Wild again. Breath of the Wild is probably my favorite game of all time, and I'm probably never gonna play it again. I don't know. I'm gonna look through an old episode where we played after we played Immortality, because you have definitely said it is one of your favorite games of the year.
Yeah, but I've also played multiple games since then that I would probably put over it.
This fucking guy. What
do you mean?
you want to fight about Xbox for some reason for so
I don't
badly.
Want to fight about Xbox. I'm just so I just don't understand.
I share the
nothing
same.
about what they're doing makes sense.
I am not saying you're incorrect about the things you're saying. I just don't know why you're so mad about it. It's very bizarre.
Because it's fucking year after year we deal with this bullshit, and it's like, oh, nothing again. Oh, nothing again. Oh, still nothing. Oh, maybe next year. It's like, at what point are we just going to be like,
I am going to take note of this conversation because I want to have a similar conversation at the end of next year when, as of right now, the lineup for PlayStation exclusive games is looking pretty weak for next year. If Spider-Man comes out, that seems to be one of the only things that we currently know about. Or I guess, again, Final Fantasy 16, but you don't care about that game.
But I mean, if who knows, if I play it and I fucking like it, great. Because I
Final
do
Fantasy
like
16?
Final Fantasy games. Yeah, I like some Final Fantasy games. I just don't know if I'm going to like this one. I haven't even looked at this one, so I have no idea. But we also know we're getting fucking Factions in 2023. So if we get Spider-Man, Factions, and then a game that I'll definitely try, but who knows if I like or not, they're continuing their cycle of a year over year kind of thing that Xbox is not doing.
I'm going to say that if next year is Factions, Spider-Man 2, and Final Fantasy 16, which I'm just going to already write off as a game that Todd is not going to like and or buy. If you didn't like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, I can't see you liking Final Fantasy 16.
I think part of the not liking Final Fantasy 7 Remake, though, is loving the original and then kind of jumping to something else that just didn't hit me the way the original
I get that. But regardless, if you're going to put those 3 games up against Redfall and Starfield, I think that's a very different conversation.
So, I'm not a big fucking Elder Scrolls guy, though. So, I don't really know what to expect for Starfield. I'm not a big Skyrim guy.
You don't like Fallout? You don't like Fallout?
I like Fallout.
Okay.
I definitely like Fallout. But, the jankiness of, we've talked about this, the jankiness of those games.
I'm on this. I understand. I'm on the same. I barely played Skyrim. I could never get into it. I didn't like Oblivion. I couldn't get into it. I wanted to like Fallout 4 because it takes place in Massachusetts, and I couldn't get into it. I like Fallout 76. It's fine. Had a lot of problems. regardless, can we talk about the trailers that actually were shown at the show, and then we can be done?
Yeah,
Because
let's talk about the.
I think we're out of time.
we are out of time. It is
Yeah.
fucking late. So we got Suicide Squad,
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's
which still
gonna be
didn't show
fucking
gameplay
They already have though.
of Suicide Squad. No, they haven't.
The last trailer they did before this one, they did. It's like a lot of gunplay and everything.
I don't remember
it's
that.
like so they're definitely going to let you play as Batman too. You know that's happening. So it's going to be like everyone's like, "Oh, no Batman." It's just going to be you're going to be Batman halfway through that game. You're going to be able to cycle him through your characters definitely. The
You think he's-
foundation's already there.
You think he's going to team up with the Suicide Squad and you're able to pick him?
I think he's going to be the only one who's not under the mind control of Brainiac. Is that the? I think he's going to be.
I
The
mean,
only
in that
person.
trailer,
Hold on.
he's clearly under the control of Brainiac.
Yeah, but I think they're going to get him out of that quickly. I think that he's going to be played, especially if Kevin Conroy is doing the voice. He's not going to be some little side character kind of thing.
I mean, I can see him being a main character as like an antagonist.
Superman's going to be that, and they got Flash for that. There's too many. They got too many.
Flash
big
looked
dogs.
pretty not capable of doing much in that trailer.
Oh yeah, because clearly they beat them up. Because there's like scenes where like Flash is fucking them up from like early. It's probably earlier in the game, but
Yeah.
that game looks fucking great. Just off of like the interactions of the characters alone. I'm sure the gameplay is going to be good, but
So Todd's favorite thing was Hades. Dom, what was your favorite thing revealed at the Game Awards?
Revealed at the Game Awards
Or whatever.
shown at
Whatever.
the Game Awards?
Shown, revealed. whatever.
So it's somewhere between Survivor and
Star Wars Jedi
fuck,
Survivor.
That
yeah.
looked amazing. That looked amazing too. Yeah.
the game that's made by the guys that made Celeste, and now I can't remember. What it
Earthbound.
was called.
Not Earthbound.
Something?
Earth.
Not Earthbound.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to avoid saying.
Earth.
Earthfall.
Something.
Earthslinger.
I have a list here. I'm scrolling through it.
Those are the games that
Wait.
I'm most excited for, and I will buy Suicide Squad. I don't know. I didn't need that trailer to. That trailer didn't
Yeah,
do
same.
much for me.
I don't need anything for that. I know I'm going to buy a Rocksteady game no matter what.
And
so it's like,
and I was under the impression that we already knew Kevin Conroy was coming back. So
I didn't.
I mean, I'm glad that he's there.
Yeah.
I had suspected that he had already given his voice to that. So
What about you, Mike?
what are they talking about, Mike?
I don't know. I honestly
check.
I saw those things, saw those trailers, and like nothing stuck in my head. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, cool, Jedi Survivor. I didn't finish Fallen Order. Suicide Squad. I was already on board with that. Like, you didn't have to show me anything else. I was probably gonna get the game.
Mm.
I don't know what else was like revealed. Nothing. Nothing's like a
What was
thing.
the other big
yeah.
reveal besides what we just said?
Earthblade is the name of that game. I took me a
Really?
lot longer to find the name of that title than it should have been.
What was the other big reveals besides the games we just said?
Final Fantasy 16, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. I mean, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon was what the Game Awards definitely thought was the biggest reveal, and for a lot of people was the biggest reveal.
Which is weird to me because like I'm sure that's a big reveal for like the From Software diehards, but I don't know if people see mechs and fucking are like, because like how many good mech games are there out there?
Armored
I don't
Core.
know. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot of people are really excited it's coming back. I'm excited to give this a shot. The trailer looked.
Yeah,
I don't think it showed any gameplay, but it looked fucking dope. Hades 2 looked dope. I don't care about BioShock, so don't care about Judas.
Fuck. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. That's another one that looks like BioShock in space, kind of, but it looked cool.
Death Stranding 2 didn't
Although-
play the first one, so don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they actually made a sequel on it. To be honest with you.
Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty DLC,
Yeah,
which has Idris
That's a
Elba.
guarantee. That's an insta buy for me already. I don't need to see anything on that.
Diablo 4, which we've seen plenty of times. Street Fighter 6 stuff, which we already know a lot about that, but it just kind of showed more characters. But I think all the roster got leaked previously anyway. There was a new trailer for the Mario movie, which kind of highlighted Mario and the Toads, which I liked the trailer. Please stop showing me more of that movie. Just let me watch it when it comes out. Tekken 8 got a nice trailer, Showed a lot more characters that I don't think were previously announced as being an 8. I have no idea. Horizon DLC, Crash, Team Rumble, which is that 4v4 multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Warhammer, Space Marines 2.
Oh, I forgot crashed the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm. There's that
Yeah.
Hellblade video game. There's Crime Boss Rock-A City, which has a ridiculous cast of actors
interesting, yeah.
in Vanilla Ice for some reason.
He's an actor.
I guess he's in what, Ninja Turtles?
He had his own movie too.
He was in
Cool as
he was
Ice.
in that
Is it called-
he was in That's My
Oh.
Boy. He was
Is it
in
called Cool
Jack
as
and
Ice?
Jill. He was in
Oh, that's how they got Al Pacino.
Maybe.
oh yeah. He's friends
So
with Lois.
some of the cast includes Michael Madsen, Chuck Norris, Danny Glover, Kim Basinger, Danny Trejo, and Vanilla Ice.
That game's gonna be bad though. I watched gameplay on that after I saw that, and it looks like a typical first person shooter. Like
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't think. Yeah.
Lords of the Fallen, Last of Us 1. Oh, there you go, Todd. PlayStation. Last of Us 1 getting the PC release. Gotta love that
Let's
PlayStation
go, baby.
drop. Ooh,
Let's go.
also Returnal for PC. Love it. Love all that PlayStation love
Hey,
of the Game
I'm
Awards.
down. I'm down for fucking giving PC players a chance. to
Yeah,
play
I don't
those
care either.
Cody
I'm
games.
just fucking with you. I think that was most of the big stuff. There was some other stuff during the pre-show that I'm sure was like a world premiere, maybe. There was that Transformers game.
Did you guys have any interest in Judas? From what you saw,
It just
Yeah, I'm
looks like
interested.
Bioshock.
it does. Yeah, 100%. Which I'm fine with.
And then Blue Protocol, which is an MMO, I think, which is coming here,
I believe so. Yeah.
which looked cool. I kind of wish it wasn't an MMO because that will probably dissuade me from playing it, but it did. Visually, it looked good. The Dead Cells DLC that's coming with Castlevania looked interesting to me. Yeah, I think as far as I'm concerned, my favorite thing from the Game Awards, as far as reveals, was probably Earthblade, which was the Celeste developers, Matt Makes Games, etc.
Oh, so because I remember you texting, and you're like, Celeste 2, is that what that was? It wasn't Celeste 2. It
At
was just
first,
that?
I thought it was going to be Celeste 2, and then it was
Okay.
Earthblade. So yeah, it's probably that. I mean, I never finished Hades. I like Hades for what it is, but Hades 2 was kind of fucking dope. So like that was a big announcement for me.
I've been playing like a couple rounds a day since I saw that trailer. I'm like, fuck, now I'm back into it. Suck me back in.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was a lot of good reveals and stuff overall. I don't think there was anything that like made me like fucking lose my mind. But there was a lot of cool stuff. Like Jedi Survivor looks really fucking good, like to the point where Jedi Fallen Order is gonna hop on my list of things I need to play sooner than later.
It's just a matter of time before they get him into like shows or movies or something. You know he's getting in there now at this point because there's such like a huge people fucking love him. Like they love that. Was it
Cal Kestis or
Cal?
whatever.
Yeah, people fucking love him.
I don't know.
Is there a way to bring him in though? Like I don't even know. Like yeah,
Time wise, he's in a tough
weird spot.
place.
Well, where does the game take place time?
He's not around like Mando time, is he? That's like I don't know where that takes place.
No,
After
he's
Return of the Jedi.
yeah, he's still
Before-
before episode
New
4.
Okay.
He is like I don't know. I forget what the actual period of time is, but he's like 15 years after episode 3 probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if Disney Plus.
I don't know what the
That's
time jump in this is.
If they did a show just on him, I wouldn't be
So-
surprised.
That would be 5 years before Battle of Yavin, so that's still
Yeah.
5 years before A New Hope.
It should be pretty close to the time that the Phoenix Squad is coming, or at least Hera and Kanan are getting together.
So
No, I
nothing
haven't
really,
watched Rebels yet, right?
nothing really jumped out at you,
Huh?
Mike.
Nothing jumped out at me. You know I haven't watched Rebels yet, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'll.
Alright.
You know when I reference them, that what I'm referencing. So, Fallen Order takes place 14 BBY.
Okay.
I
So 14.
want to be excited for Final Fantasy 16, and I'm just not.
Does it like? Because it looked like cool when I watched the trailer of it like 2 years ago. I didn't watch any of the newer stuff. Did it show more gameplay, or is it?
I mean, in regards to what they've shown before, I don't know. It does not look appealing to me. I'll probably still give it a shot when it comes out, but it doesn't. Like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I think is the next one. I think it's not, the next two are not called remake. They're called like Rebirth and like actually I don't think they revealed the title of the third one yet. Those I'm excited for. Final Fantasy 16 for some reason is just not really appealing to me. I don't know if it's because it's like a high fantasy setting and I just don't know if I want that. Like, I don't know. I kind of like I actually really want to go back and play Final Fantasy 15 again because I liked that cast and I liked that like setting.
Is 15 the bros?
Yeah, the bros in the car. Yeah, like it's just fucking ridiculous. Where this is like high fantasy, like fucking kings and queens and shit. And it's like I don't fucking know.
Yeah, see, like I couldn't get into 15. I don't think I gave it enough of a chance, but I feel like I could get more into like the high fantasy stuff than
Maybe.
that.
I mean, I don't even know what you'd consider 15 because 15 also I think Noctis, who's the main of the bros, I think he is like a prince, so like that's also royalty. I don't know. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
But this one just looks more like not medieval, but it just looks more like dragons and castles and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's not fucking doing anything for me, especially because like Final Fantasy VII Remake is like, I don't want to say steampunk. I don't know what you'd call that. No,
I think
setting.
A good fucking
it's like not post-apocalyptic. It's like neo-future. It's like it's like futuristic. Like not. It's definitely not cyberpunk. It's like a weird mix of like steampunk and like future. I don't fucking know. Like, what would you classify Final Fantasy VII's like setting as?
Yeah, I haven't played it, so like in my mind before I knew anything about the game, I thought it was a lot more fantasy than it actually is. I mean, I think it's still fantasy, but I didn't realize like there was like a fucking corporation and like businessmen and shit like that.
Yeah, like the broad strokes.
Let's take the other word from Final Fantasy. Fine. We are now on the 16th iteration of the Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think
at one point is the end. I thought final was like the end.
I think the reason these games, I'd have to like, I've heard this through it, like passed along, so I don't know where the truth is in this, but I believe the reason why it's called Final Fantasy is the original developers that made Final Fantasy 1, they thought this was going to be the last game they were able to make, so they called it Final Fantasy, and then it was popular. And they got to keep making games. So
now they're on 16.
Yeah. Well,
my first interaction with Final Fantasy was the movie Spirits Within.
Oh hell yeah! There's even more than 16 games because there are spin-offs and there are games like 10 has a direct sequel, so there's 10 too. I think 13 also has a direct sequel, so there's 13 too. So there's, I mean, I don't know. There's.
To be fair, the Kingdom Hearts games are also spin-offs of the Final Fantasy franchise.
Yeah, so there you go.
I saw Spirits Within in the theaters and had no fucking clue what I was watching. I don't even know why I went, but the animation was ahead of its time. But fucking, I had no idea what I was watching. Like no idea.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like I've never watched it actually, and I actually bought the Blu-ray of the Final Fantasy VII movie too. Haven't children? I want to watch it. I need to watch it.
It's not like amazing, but it's entertaining.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up. This is a fucking stupid episode. So there you go. Todd hates Xbox. Brenden apparently fights for Xbox, and Dom and Mike.
One Quentin Tarantino comment before we get into this other stuff.
No. Fuck out of here. I want to make it very clear.
Let's talk about James Cameron. He's
on a roll right now.
I have read so many good things about Water.
Yeah, I have heard nothing but good things about that movie.
I keep on.
Are we going to see it in theaters?
I keep on reading so much shit about him being a cocky bastard, though, and like he's saying all the same shit that Quentin says, but like he gets a free pass. Like it's fucking crazy
because he puts out bangers.
No, he hasn't put out bangers. He used to put out bangers. Avatar was nothing good. It was
Damn,
okay. It was
Todd
visually
fucking
great.
hates James Cameron.
It's the most selling film of all
Yeah,
time.
I get it. Yeah, because it was when 3D was fucking like, whoa, what the fuck is this? You're like, holy crap, this is amazing. And then everyone walked up, like, I just watched Dances with Wolves.
I think that's what is helping this Avatar movie right now. From what I've been reading online, is that like the visuals of this movie are like, there's nothing else that looks this good. So like people are like, this movie is fucking amazing to watch. So he's just gonna double down on his thing. He's like, I'll wait another 20 years and I'll make sure to take advantage of the newest tech and fucking blow it out.
He can't wait 20 years anymore. He's got that fucking Disney contract.
I read something that said like you said, the visuals are fucking phenomenal, but it's like falls into the same tropes as the first one and kind of retreads the same exact shit as the first one.
Yeah, so like,
oh God,
so like a lot of the things that I've read have said like it's so gorgeous to watch, and like the movie itself has its issues and plot, whatever, all that stuff. But because it's so gorgeous and looks like nothing else really out there, the things I've been seeing is like, I still enjoyed every part of that movie because it was so enjoyable to watch, even though like this issue, whatever. So
you were bringing up the Dances with Wolves thing. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah. There's several movies that movie fucking is based. It's like you could like pick like several. You know, it's like and like the acting's not even that good in the first one either. I mean, I know it's a bunch of blue people, but like the regular people in that movie were terrible, like Michelle Rodriguez and fucking a couple other. Didn't it have the dude?
Yeah, but Todd, you've trashed Michelle Rodriguez for years. I don't know what your beef with her.
I mean, I don't know. She plays the same like bitchy person in every fucking movie. Like she literally plays the same fucking role.
Picture this person right now.
She was in
Fast and the Furious.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
She's Letty.
Okay, all right. I was
which
like,
one?
Okay.
Was there one where she jumped across a bridge?
Yes.
Yes.
And then Vin Diesel also jumped and like grabbed her.
He jumped a car across a bridge, and then she jumped across the bridge.
I hate this so much.
Oh, Brenden, she's in Lost. She's in Lost too.
Oh yeah, is she an other? She's an other, right?
I can't remember who she was in it. To be honest,
I think she's an other. I think she dies too.
She was. Yeah, he shoots her. Remember, he shoots her and the other person.
Spoiler, Jesus.
Michael?
Yeah. Listen, I love Lost, but come on. Fucking spoiler. Letty dies. Spoiler, a lot of people die. Spoiler, they're all dead. What do you want me to do?
Right.
I want to make it clear. I was not a fucking defending Xbox. I just don't know why Todd got so fucking bent out of shape.
No, I mean, it's just frustrating. It's been year over year. It's not like
no. I agree with you. I agree with you. But I thought that the stuff that was shown at the Game Awards overall was pretty good smattering of stuff. And I saw a lot of people losing their mind over certain things. So that was fun to see. But anyways,
when you texted me that Hades was fucking a sequel, I'm like, you're lying. I'm like, there's no way they have a sequel already.
So I was hesitant to
say
say.
Supergiant doesn't even make sequels.
I know that's so. Like I was watching the Game Awards in a Discord call with like Eric, Jesse, Ken. There might have been someone else in there too. I don't remember. But we were watching it together, and like that was kind of the same conversation that was happening. I was like, wait, is this Hades? Is this another Hades game? Like they don't make sequels. Is it DLC? And then when it was like Hades 2, we're like, what the fuck? So I don't know. That's exciting. That's gonna make me play Hades and at least finish the first
Just play
run.
Hades, man. Just find a weapon that you like and roll with it.
I forget what I was using. Anyways, we gotta wrap up because now we're running way too fucking long. We had this nice and tight, and then fucking Todd and his fucking Xbox and his fucking Quentin Tarantino all over again. Next week's gonna be the same thing.
Listen, all you have to do is be like, you know what, Todd, you're right, and we would have been done.
I literally kept saying, I don't know what your angle is here, but like, cool, let's move on. I don't know what your angle is here. I wanted to so badly talk about the trailers that were shown, and he's like, no, but they didn't show shit. Okay, yeah, but like, what was shown? Anyways, what's in the box? A game where we end this show and never talk about these things again until next week. I pull 3 games off my shelf. I read the back of the box. Panel here has to guess what the game is. First one to get it right gets the point. Dom leading the league. Oh, no, I lied. For the first time either all year or in a long fucking time this year, the leaderboard is tied at 82 apiece between Dom and Todd. And Mike, not too far behind at 71. I got a couple of stumps. There's a bunch of guess points on the board. Without further ado, game number 1. You
I'm trying to think of what happened this week besides the Game Awards.
I was gonna pull Game Awards. I was gonna do a Game Awards specific end to the show, but Todd took that train in a different direction. So we're not gonna play that game. I had a different game we were gonna play where I was going to. It was going to be based off of the nominees in each category, but we're not doing that now. Instead, I just had to randomly pull games from behind me. So now we have just a smattering of games, and we're going to end it here. Game number 1. Lead the blank. Hold on. I got to make sure I don't pull this because it's a very small text, but I don't want to reveal the cover. Okay. Lead the blank. Fire up a wild ride across the blank with a fresh take on blank, 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 blank. In this action-adventure game, you are blank, blank, leading the unpredictable blank from one explosion of chaos to the next. You got this.
Final
Probably.
Fantasy 15.
Incorrect. You got this. Probably. All new story. Become blank, blank. Save the universe.
Oh, never mind.
I feel like I do know this. I'm
Sounds
blanking
familiar.
on it.
Definitely
I feel like I
sounds
do know
familiar.
it.
Pretty sure that you've all played it. If you haven't all played it, you definitely all know this game.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy?
That is correct. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, weird. How'd you come up with that?
Dom gets
It
the
was
point.
originally thinking not Borderlands, but a game in that vein, and then he said Save the Galaxy.
You don't need the full title of this second game because I don't think anyone will get it. If you guess the game and in that same guess the full title, you will get 2 points because I don't think anyone's going to get the full title. You can't guess the game and then go, "Oh, wait," and say it. It has to be the
Balan
guess.
Wonderworld.
Not it. Game number 2. It's about time for a new adventure. Bend the rules of space and time using the powerful blank blank. Play as blank, blank,
Oh my God, I know the
blank,
game, and I can't think of the name.
blank, and blank, blank, blank.
I'm gonna guess. I'm not gonna get 2 points, but is it Crash Bandicoot 4?
It is Crash Bandicoot 4. The full.
Dang.
It's about time.
It's about time.
I would have had the fucking.
How the fuck did you know that, Todd?
What was the first? Did you read it? Did you say it was about time in the title?
Because I was confident no one was gonna get the full title. The
I
first
would have got.
the first
I would
line
have gotten
is
it.
it's
Yeah,
about time for a new
I
adventure.
knew. I was like, I couldn't. The second you said that, I'm like, I know what this is. We just talked about this. I was picturing the Crash Bandicoot mascot.
You don't need the full title. If you give me the full title, I'm not gonna give you bonus points for this one.
That's fair.
An adventure about friendship. Heroes come in all colors. Blank 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 is a wholesome creature capture 2.5D adventure puzzle platformer with over 30 hours of gameplay.
Castle Crashes?
Incorrect. It is a family-friendly, openly accessible RPG infused with adventure. An RPG infused adventure in which you must save whimsical creatures by bringing back color to the world you once knew.
Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan.
That is correct. Dom gets
What the fuck is that?
I get
What
some
is
extra.
that?
Can I get some fucking bonus points,
no,
baby?
no bonus points.
What is that though? What can you
We saw that at PAX.
We gave
saw
that
that PAX 2
one
years
of
ago.
our best in show at PAX East 2020.
What is it called?
Rainbow Billy and The Curse of the Leviathan.
Has anyone played it?
Dom has. Dom played
I bought
it
it.
at PAX.
I bought it the other day.
Yeah, and
I
I
put
also
at PAX.
bought it. It's coming to Game Pass this month, Todd.
Oh, so it's not out yet.
No, it is out, but it's coming
It
to
was
Game
out-
Pass this
I
month.
think it was out for Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like a timed exclusive or something.
I pulled a
Never
fourth
heard of
game, so we're getting a fourth one. I don't think anyone's getting this game. Maybe Mike. There's a hint. I had to look at the
Space
title. Imagine I had a physical copy of Space Jam. And this text is so incredibly small. Hold on. I'm going to put
I got the magnifying glass.
Well, I'm gonna have to put Crash in front of it so I can read it and you can't see what it is. It's still so hard to read. It's so small. We might have to just not do this. An unexpected adventure awaits. Join blank blank and his friends as they fight their way back home through a mysterious world full of blank and danger. Craft your story in this thrilling blank blank with blank blank.
Is that it?
I was like, right. That was
All right, you can see that it's a Switch game, but this is available
Yeah.
multi-platform. That's another clue. A dark tale filled with potential grim choices. Fight alongside blank in turn-based battles. Explore otherworldly areas with hidden secrets.
Oh, that's everything.
triangle strategy.
Incorrect. I guess good guess.
Yeah, that's it.
But Triangle Strategy,
I
I
don't
think,
know.
is a Switch exclusive, so actually bad guess.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, I just thought Switch.
Uh,
Can you read the first sentence again?
An unexpected adventure awaits. It's Crash 4, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's see.
Persona 5 Strikers?
Incorrect.
Is that turn-based?
No.
No,
No,
It's like
that's a
Muso.
Muso. Let's see. This game has a 77% on Metacritic.
Ooh.
Let's scroll to the bottom of the IGN review and just see what let's read the last paragraph here. Verdict. Blank blank is a standout blank blank wrapped around one of the worst turn-based tactics systems I've ever played. Even if there's a little too much filler padding out its length, the well-written story, charming characters, lovely visual style, and surprisingly dark tone are all fantastic. But those strengths only sometimes manage to overcome a combat system that's so primitive and bland, it hardly warrants being called a tactics game at all, dragging everything blank blank does well down with it.
I'm gonna
With
say
that
custom
review, it's
robo.
Incorrect. Custom Robo?
I don't know.
There hasn't been a custom Robo game since the GameCube.
Multi-platform?
Yeah, also multi-platform.
Yeah,
With that
gotta shoot
review,
my
and
shot, you know.
it's still 77 on Metacritic with that review.
Yeah. So I think let me see. This
Turn-based.
let's see.
I know. I'm racking my brain.
This I don't think you would technically say this is a licensed game because I think the developer owns the rights to license, the rights to make this game. So it's not a licensed game, but it is based on an intellectual property.
Is Kakarot a turn-based game?
I don't know,
I don't
but that
think
is
so.
not this game.
Okay.
This game released in 2022.
Fuck.
Oh, is it no, that wasn't, I don't think, on Switch.
What were we gonna say?
One Piece World Adventure? Is that what the name of the game was?
Maybe, but
Seeker.
it's. I'll just go
World
ahead and
Seeker.
say it is not a One Piece game. Let's see.
The worst combat. ever.
This the
Primitive combat.
the IP that this game is on was created in 1997.
I feel like I should know this.
Oh, okay. So it's not even. It wouldn't even be considered a licensed thing because one of the creators is the publisher. So never mind. I didn't know that.
IP was created in '97.
Where was I in
Michael
'97?
doing? Todd was
I
selling
was-
used cars.
What year was
Uh,
Space Jam?
It has 9 television
95,
shows.
I think.
Or it has 9 television series. It has I don't know,
Oh, is it Shin-Chan?
almost 20 movies. It is not Shin-Chan.
I actually forget what all the things that you said were. So like, I
Oh,
know
it's
it was
Pokemon
Apple.
Arceus. Gotta be, because that game is
Incorrect.
trash.
It does fit a lot of the criteria.
It does fit a lot of the
fit a
criteria.
whole lot.
So it's not the worst guess that Todd has had. It has 11 manga runs.
Pronounce
Yeah, I guess.
manga.
Mike, you should be getting this right now. Come on.
Let's see. Dark Horse Comics published American-style blank comic books, adapting the first 13 episodes of the English dub of Blank Blank in 2001.
Oh, is it Digimon Survive?
It is indeed Digimon Survive. Mike gets the point. That's a equal. No, wait, no, we did 4 games. Who got 2 games tonight?
Oh, dumb.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I
So
did.
we end the night with Dom at 84, Todd at 83, and Mike at 72. And that'll just about do it for this week's episode 348 of the Pass Control
Wait,
podcast. But,
You bought Digimon Survive?
bro, I gotta get more games for this game. I just keep buying games.
Yeah,
To
right.
be fair, I think I also bought Digimon Survive.
I'm glad.
I don't even know if I came in.
Yeah. I mean, I got it for like $15 on Black Friday.
Yeah, I think I got it for like $10.
I would not spend money on that game other than I was like, you know what? It's brand new. It's $15. Sure, why not? I never bought a Digimon game before. But I got to keep you guessing because you wouldn't expect me to own that game.
I would actually.
And the only reason I hate
I did.
Digimon. Digimon's
I did buy
trash.
it for
Pokemon, I like
$10.
Pokemon. It's like apples and oranges, you know.
No, Digimon's
Yeah,
trash.
I
Pokemon's
mean-
good.
Well, okay, whatever.
Okay,
Uh,
Mike.
Brenden-
Okay, Mike.
Friend does own like a Harry Potter game for some reason, so
Harry Potter
We didn't
and
talk-
the
we
Deathly
didn't talk
Hallows
about,
Part 1.
We didn't talk about Hogwarts Legacy.
What about it?
I'm kind of excited about that game.
Comes
I'm
out
not
next
gonna
year.
What about it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they show anything at
I don't
Game
think.
Awards?
I don't think so.
Oh, I
think
thought they
so.
showed a new trailer.
I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter. Fucking J.K. Rowling.
lie. Fuck her, but the game looks good.
Does it though?
Yeah.
I don't think it looks that good.
If you're like at all invested.
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't care
story
about
and
Harry
everything.
Potter at all. I mean, Mike loves Harry Potter. Mike, does that Hogwarts
I
Legacy
like-
game
I've
look
always
good
liked
to you
Harry
at all?
Potter.
Like, is it intriguing
I
to you?
mean, it's intriguing in a way that I think I would have been really interested in playing it, 5-10 years ago. Now I'm just too lazy to even consider it.
Yeah. But anyways, that'll wrap us up with episode 348. You can, I don't know, you can support us in a bunch of different ways. Leave us a review, follow us on social media, share us on social media so other people can discover the show. Tell a friend about the show. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to the show. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those places. You can follow me at BGroom. You can follow Mike at _Mycopath. You can follow Todd at Toddy_by_nature. You can follow Dom at PTC_1little spark. And we will see you next week